All right, Precalc, we are moving on to Chapter 3, Lesson 2. And we are talking about more logarithmic functions. And our essential question is, can you recognize and evaluate logarithmic functions? The definition of a logarithmic function is for x is greater than 0, and a is greater than 0, and a cannot equal 1, log base a of x is equal to x equals a to the y. This if does not mean that your math teacher can't spell. It means if and only if. And on the other hand, log base a of x is the same thing as x is equal to a to the y. So let's put this in number form so now we actually know what we're talking about here. Let's start with log base 2 of 8. And we'll just call that x for now. So notice this is my 2. Oh, and I forgot the y. The y is what it would equal. So this is saying 2 to what power is 8? Well, because we have it memorized, we know that 2 to the third power is 8. What about if we had something like log base 2 of 1/4? And I'm going to put that equal to x. So I know this is saying 2 to what power is 1/4? Well, to get the 4 in the denominator, we go ahead and make it a negative, right? So this is 2 to the negative second power is 1/4. So we know x is equal to -2. Now, what I tell my students is I say, hey, we're going to take this and fly this into the middle. The little number becomes the base. That's why we say log base 2. So that becomes the base. The x, or the outside number, becomes the exponent. And the 8 is going to fly out of there. So let's go ahead and look at a couple of these. I don't like the way the book actually wrote these as examples. So this is really saying log base 4 of 16 is what? So I probably should call that what something else. Let's call it a. So they're saying 4 to what power is 16? Well, we know that would have to be the second power. The next question is saying log base 2 of 64 is what? So they're saying 2 to what power is 64? Well, I know 2 to the 5th is 32, so this one's got to be to the 6th power. A couple that we should recognize. This is saying log base 5 of 1. So this is saying 5 to what power is 1? Well, I know that anything to the 0 power is 1. So this is a good one to star circle highlight to make sure that you know how to do it. And we just did one like this, log base 3 of 1/81. So this is saying log base 3 of 1/81. So 3 to what power is 1/81? Well, I know that that has to be a negative. Well, I know 3 to the second power is 9, to the third power is 27, and to the fourth power is going to give me 81, which makes sense because 3 squared is 9, and we have 2 of those. Now, I did take a little note in your calculator. If you push the button Math underneath the blue button in your TI-84, I scroll up to A instead of all the way down. You are going to see a log base, and it is going to pop up just like you would see. So it's going to say log, and then they have this and this, and you could literally put the numbers in. So When you work on homework, try a couple with your calculator, but I really want you to get the practice by hand. All right, we're going to go over a couple properties of exponents. So log base a of 1 is 0 because anything to the 0 power is 1. We just talked about that. These properties you do want to know, and you'll realize by as much as we practice them, you will know them. Anytime I have the same thing here, it is equal to 1 because anything to the first power is equal to itself. This is a property that you will probably want to star, circle, highlight, and know. Log base a of a to the x is equal to x. And literally, I see kids do this, and you want to put this right in your calculator. You could put it right in your calculator. A to the log base a of x is also equal to x. So notice that this kind of all cancels out. Sorry, my dog's barking, and this kind of all cancels out. Another one that I see a lot is if log base a of x is equal to log base a of y, then x equals y. We will use this a lot, so we won't struggle with this. Let's put some of those properties to use. The first one is saying, I'm going to call all of these x. 5 to what power is 1? Well, I know that anything to the 0 power is equal to 1. My next question, root 11 to what power is equal to root 11? To get the exact same thing out, I know that x has to equal 1. And the last one, we want to recognize that this 8 to the log base 8, all of that's going to cancel out. And the answer here is just going to be 30.